computer for some reason. So I tried twice and then I was like, hey, maybe I can go live on my phone because I have enough subscribers now. So I did. I am on my phone on YouTube. So this might take a minute for me to kind of orient and see if it's different, you know, with the questions and stuff. Everything's a little smaller. So anyway, I just did a nice little 3-card draw. It's technically 4 cards. Here, that's better. On Instagram, and that is so much fun. And Laura joined, Laura Hale. She and Candy are the geniuses that made YouTube become, made Kismet become manifest into the world. Like, I wrote all the content for the website and, you know, all that. But, hey, Green Knight Aaron, hi. The orientation. Oh, thank you so much for that. Because I could do this. Orientation is locked. Rotate device. Rotate device back. This will probably just, yeah, that's okay. Well, I think we might just have to be okay with this because it won't let me, well, at least I don't see a setting that lets me do it the other way. So I guess that's the bummer of doing this on your phone. But anyway, thanks to Laura and Candy for making this all manifest and come into the world. So anyway, yeah, the 4-card spread in Instagram is really fun. And I will start out this with the same thing. And I don't know why I said I wanted to talk about the 7, 8, and 9 of clubs, but you know, because it's a fixed card, the spiritual spread, I think, has more of an effect. I don't know, what do you think? I think it has more of an effect because it's like it has equal access to that spread. I don't know, it just seems like it's closer in. So the 7 and the 9 are on either side, and they really have a very strong effect. But let's do a little quick 3-card spread. So for anyone watching this, please speak the 9 of clubs. Okay. Right, because it's in your hand. Okay, so for today, for this little group of people watching, oh, I already got the 10 of spades. So the long range is 7 of hearts. This is about overcoming emotional attachments, opening up to a spiritual, high vibrational love. The Pluto is, I'm just so damn busy. Kamlesh Patel. What's the theme? Is this magic? Yeah, this is magic. The theme is after I do this mini read, it's going to be about the 7, 8, and 9 of clubs. I'm the 7 of diamonds. It is pretty darn close to magic. It is true. It's like, it's one of those esoteric gateways into the fabric of reality where it's turtles all the way down. Yeah. So the 10 of spades means I'm just too damn busy to like let go of my emotional attachments. So I think I'll start something new. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. 6 of diamonds as well. It's my karmic duty. All right, we're just going to skip over that. So Green Knight says, you're invested. Good. What's your card? Kamlesh. And tell me how to say that. Okay, the 9 of clubs, it represents being open at the top, being open-minded, not having to be conclusive. 9 of clubs, can I think of anything famous? Anybody famous offhand? Demi Moore. I don't know. It's called the sexy 9 of clubs. They're all the 9 have kind of a magnetic quality about them because of this spiritual quality that they have of being open to knowledge and information. And one of the downsides is that they can be kind of vague. So in reference to the 8 of clubs, the person that always wants to, you like the hearts, any number. Well, when's your birthday, Kamlesh? We can tell you what your card is. I'm guessing you're a 3 or a jack. You're very playful. Maybe a 7 on the Enneagram. But anyway, the 8, the 8 is a very powerful, controlling, oh, you're the King of Hearts. Right, oh my God, I graduated from high school in '84. That is hilarious. You were just born just a tiny baby right after I left high school, just a little baby. Yep, you're the King of Hearts. That was in our last reading. The gracious King of Hearts. So the Eight of Clubs likes to plan and have things kind of all worked out. They're very systematic. They're controlling, of course, very powerful. But what's this 9? In what effect is that 9 in the Mercury going to have? Well, I'll tell you, because my daughter's the 8 clubs. And I think it's significant that the 9, to go to the Mercury card, you have to drop down a whole line. So here you are. Here's the picture. Here's the 8 of clubs. And to drop down to their Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, etc. Why is that the 6 of diamonds? Well, it's the 9 of clubs in the spiritual spread. So they have to drop down to the Jupiter line. And like Jupiter is a level of expansion beyond Mars. So it's like things get rolling. And I observe my daughter, when she was younger especially, there was kind of like just kind of finding herself rolling into things, rolling into this world of Jupiter. But wait, I don't know. I was just back there in the dreamy section of Mars. I was in Neptune, Mars, and just kind of like, I was in my imagination and making my pretty art. And then all of a sudden you find yourself in an involved. And so this 9 of clubs says, you can do anything. You can plan anything. You can think anything. And it's overwhelming, because they need to plan and think. Well, eventually this leads to them being able to navigate with an open mind. Although they do tend to sort of have a fallback and a general basic nature of being kind of fixed in minds. But they do develop the capacity to listen and ask really good questions, so they can become amazing learners. And that 8 of clubs energy makes them feel to other people like they're really grounded, like I'm really in my chair, I know what I think. Inside they're like, I don't know, they're just kind of a wet blob. But they give that energy of like, I know what I think, and they can be really stubborn about it. What's really terrible is when they get, sorry Crystal, I'm complaining about you, when they get really fixed on something and they still don't know what they think. That's kind of a mess. Anyway, a lot of comments here. Merging Spirit, hey! My goddess Sick Bades is here. How can I get a printout like this for myself? Can I ask a question? Please ask a question, Kamlesh. Abby, or AB, how can you get a printout like this? Can someone else answer that question for her? You can go to, okay, you can get all 45 of these. Because yes, there are 45 of them. There's one for each age, up to 45, and then it starts over again. And this woman put this all together. Her name is it Kathleen Bentkowski? Let me see. I have all of them. Yes, knowyourdestinycards.com. KNOW. Knowyourdestinycards.com. Kathleen Bentkowski. And you can order these, and they're all printed out. Or maybe you can just get this. I honestly, somebody just gave this to me. So you guys, please answer Abby's very important question. How can she get this? This is a good way to start, but I recommend getting Robert Camp's book first. You can also get my book. If you go on my website, you'll find it there. It's a $13 little book. Gives you a quick reference to, like, you know, throwing the cards, and then I give you little things for each one. But yeah, it's really deep. Like, you're like, can I get a printout of astrology, please? I mean, it's like vast. It's really vast. But I recommend starting with this book, or the Love Cards book. He's got Destiny cards, cards of your destiny, or the Love cards. Yeah, or just watch my videos and you'll kind of get a handle on it. I have really advanced students who know shit that I don't, and I have beginners. So what is your question? If you were asked by an alien, what is a human and what is their purpose, what would be your answer, please? You're hilarious. Okay, thank you. I would like to be able to print out the life and spiritual spreads. Yeah, I would go to her website first and see if she has that available. Otherwise, somebody else, please answer that question. And maybe you're looking it up now. What is a human and what is their purpose? I would be like, probably much the same as yourself, unless you're some sort of droid. In that case, we really can't have much of a conversation, because I'm just going to be a bunch of data to you, and I'm just not interested in telling you about myself. Okay, AI. Now, It highly depends on which alien. So let's assume it's a nice alien and they land and they're like, whoa, like, what are you? Like, I heard you're human. Like, what is that? And I'm like, well, we have relatively short lifetimes. We have these amazing bodies. But just like you, we're inhabited with a spirit for an experience. Just like you. And we have this lifespan. I've lived on other planets. I've had many lifetimes on them. And the basic purpose to living on Earth is to learn something, to evolve. You'll get a lot of answers. Some are like, no, that's not true. You're here to experience. Joseph Campbell would say, you're here to have an experience. And when I'm feeling a little esoteric, that's my answer. You're here to have an experience, to expand the beingness, the isness, sometimes referred to as God. Okay, well, I did say you could ask any question. So, okay, does anybody have any card-related questions? Shall we go on talking about the 8, 9, and the 7, 8, and 9 of clubs? Green Knight Errant wanted us to talk about the 9 of clubs because that's his decon card. What is the end goal for humanity? Okay, I will entertain this question just because you're the King of Hearts, but it has to be, now it's going to be restricted to card-based questions. What is the end goal for humanity? Well, I think it's got to be about love, don't you? Let's ask the cards. And one of my little wisdom sayings that I came up with all myself is, it's always everything. So, it's always everything. What's the end goal? Well, a lot of different individuals have a lot of different goals, but again, I would just say there's no end goal. It's about the journey. Okay, well, let's see what the cards say. Know thyself. Connect with source. And heal. That's nice, isn't it? Abby, I would like to ask, what are the cards to look for when starting a business? I am a King of Diamonds, and I do not get the King of Diamonds in my yearly, so how do I know when the time is right? That's a really good question. I like that you created so much detail, because Ray asked the same question, and I sort of blew it off a little bit, but the only thing I could come up with is, which was just, you have to just be where you are. You can't just like pick a date, but you're not saying I'm not picking a date. I want to know about like the energies of where I am right now. So do you know what's in your 52-day spread right now? And I can give you a little insight about what that's about. I would encourage you, and this is what my little book goes into, which is called So Now You Got a Destiny. So You Got a Destiny Cards book. Now what? That's the title. Anyway, you'll find it on my website. I talk about how each card, a 52-day card, like say you have the 8 of spades. Well, you have the whole hand of the 8 of spades. Not only that, you have the ascending hand and the descending hand. The ascending hand is like meeting your potential. It's a little bit more like self-actualizing. So it would, the 10 of diamonds would be on your mind. The Ace of Hearts would also be on your mind, and these would be having a conversation. One, like if I resolve inner child issues, maybe I'll have a more clear idea about my values and what I want. Okay, 7 of diamonds in Saturn, but I'm displacing the Ace of diamonds this year. Okay. You have the 7 of diamonds during the Saturn period. Is that rough? I'm the 7 of diamonds. So I tend to be a little biased when I'm like, oh God, that must be so hard. But it can be also really fun and very cheerful. Okay, so 7 of diamonds. All 7s have, no, that's a 5. All 7s have, it's off center, right? So you're going down this path, X just goes all the way through, right? 6, easy peasy. The 7, you have to raise your vibration to get over this obstacle. So the diamond obstacle is attachment to desire or attachment to value. It can show up very easily as restriction with money. It can expose to you what your issues are with money, but it can also show you what some of your attachments are to, like the word should. What I think is important, it may shake up your priorities. So I don't think it's the best time to start a business. I think that you're being prepared. I think you're getting potentially a lot of insight so that you can, like, okay, and it's the Saturn period. So I think of the year building up to the Saturn period. And by the time you get to that, so we're talking about 52-day periods that start on your birthday. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. When you get to Saturn, it's like somebody throws something into the works and, you know, the coach walks in and says, now we're going to examine your jump shot. There's a problem here. And you just got to work through it. And then the Uranus period is when we start to integrate things. We integrate what we've been learning all year. The pressure eases off for a lot of people. Yet on the other hand, we all have different personal relationships to each one of the planets. Like Saturn used to really dog me, but it's become a friend. And I like it a lot. I have a friend who's like terrified of Uranus. Well, she used to be. She loves it. Just loves Uranus. You have the 9 of Spades in Uranus. Everybody gonna die. Everybody gonna die. Be scared. Be very afraid. No, I'm gonna throw some cards for you, Abby. The 9 of Spades means that you have gotten clarity during your 7 of Diamonds period, and you're like, I know what I'm done with. I know what I need to let go of. Hey! Hey! They're always barking at nothing. I mean, like, I always get up and I look, and it's just like always nothing. Maybe it's entities. I don't know. So let's give Abby some insight here. So I will get back to the 8 of Clubs. Okay, start a business. You got the Entrepreneur card, which means yes, yes, do this. Okay, so what's the Birth card, Abby? And am I saying it right, or is it AB? Okay, yes, you're on the right track. 4 of Spades is like security, safety. That's kind of what I'm getting you. Oh, and look at Ace of Diamonds. So yes, you're on the right. You're on the right track. Okay, Abby. King of Clubs at the bottom. Hey, is it a knowledge or information-based business that you want to start with this King of Clubs here? It can further elucidate for you, but the 4 of Spades kind of tells me that you really want to get your ducks in a row before you dive into this. Oh, it's beauty-based. Oh, so this is like the cosmology. Okay, we'll think about that. Yeah, I think it's important to get your ducks in a row so that you have a really firm foundation for what you're doing, and then you can launch. I'm getting that. Take the fear factor out of it as much as you possibly can before you get there. Do more than you think you need to do, and then you're going to feel so much better when you get there. Okay, so and the King of Clubs means be very, very sure of yourself. Do your research. Do you know enough? And my sense is that you're building up to that. You have to go through some stuff to figure out, answer some questions. So, like, the kinds of questions that a business plan asks, I would do that plus the spiritual questions. What is your spiritual intention with this? How do you feel like it's going to help you grow as a person? How do you want to serve and pour your spiritual love into people? How do you see and feel that? Yeah, I would ask some more, round it out with some more intuitive questions. Okay, so going back to, Abby, I hope that was helpful. Going back to the 8 of Clubs. Let's back up to the 7 of Clubs. Oh, thank you so much. I have been working on getting everything I needed to start this business since October. It's finally coming together during my Saturn. Oh, so like practical things are coming together. That's really good. And it has a lot to do with Mars going direct. Have you noticed the shift in energy? It went direct like last night, I think. Jupiter went direct about a week or 2 ago, and suddenly it was just like, oh, thank God, because we had like 5 planets in retrograde for like months, and now 2 of them are direct, and then very soon we're going to have a lot of planets direct, which is going to just feel like finally we can move forward with stuff. So if we look at this 8 of Clubs card, and we look at the 7 of Clubs next to it, and I'll talk ascension and descension in a minute too. But the 7 of Clubs, okay, we give all 7 of Clubs latitude and permission to just like, it's really hard to be you. I totally get it. They have to work with that 8 of Diamonds karma, that like need for power and control. They're highly sensitive. They're highly intelligent. They're genius, sensitive to energy. Yeah, they're emotionally intelligent. It's a very complicated thing to be a 7 of Clubs. Putting that aside, the 7 of Clubs, when it shows up for you or it's in your hand, it feels a little bit more like being very, very highly sensitive to something. It can be about negativity. It can, okay, so when you think about the obstacle, remember I was showing you that the 7 is you're going down this path and then you have to raise the vibration. What is a club? What would be an attachment? All 7s are about attachment. What would be the attachment of a club? A belief or a fixed idea. This is how I think. And if you add something negative or attachment in there, you get fear. So one way this has manifested for Crystal is the fear of disappointment, especially since it's the Moon card, the descending hand. I am afraid of being disappointed. It's like a tightening up. It's a pulling back. It's like, oh, I don't know. But the emotional fulfillment comes through discernment and understanding. So the 8 flanked by that 7, that 9 is really a gorgeous recipe for a deeply insightful person. Someone who would be highly gifted as a teacher or a coach, a counselor, someone who can really help you work with your consciousness, your ideas. Yeah, they can be incredibly insightful. But those 2 cards, yeah, they can be, I mean, it's challenging to be an 8 of Clubs to begin with, but those cards that flank you. So the obvious question comes up, what about my card? Can I do that with my card? How can I look at my card that way? Should I use the spiritual spread or the mundane spread? I always say we don't look at the pure spread enough. Pure spread, spiritual spread. It's got a lot of names. Natural spread, natural. This is the natural order of the cards. And I would say, yes, we don't do this nearly enough. And since we get sort of fixated on our number, like, oh, I'm a 6. Well, do you think about the fact that you're right next to a 5? There's a 5 in your moon position? What is that all about? Are you restless? Do you change a lot? Do you complain? Are you a researcher? And what about the 7 on the other side? Like the 6 is like, let's just do it. Let's just get the job done. Common sense. But the 7 is like, you know, there's more to it than, like, there are layers here. And they'll be more discerning. So whatever your number is, the numbers on either side of you kind of shake you loose a little bit and really challenge you. So any comments about that? Did that stir anything up? Does anybody want to use themselves as an example? And I can talk about the cards on either side of you. Until then, I'll talk about myself, okay? Because I know what my card is. I could talk about Green Knight, but I don't know if he's... Okay, so I'm the 7 of Diamonds. So I would about the 6 of Diamonds and the 8 of Diamonds. Okay, the 8 of Diamonds in my Mercury position would have something to do with, like, being really stubborn and controlling. Oh, I'm never controlling. I am. Okay, good. Back to the 9 of Clubs, please. Oh, you're so funny. Oh, Sharon wants us to do her. Good, we'll do you. Okay, why do you want me to talk about the 9 of Clubs? Ask me more specific questions about it, because, okay, they're magnetic, they're attractive, they're understated, they tell the whole story. They're storytellers. They have to tell you the whole story. Like, they need to tell you where they were and what time of day it was and how their stomach felt when they had this insight. And then about their aunt and their cousin's roommate. My neighbor 2 doors down is a 9 of Clubs, and it's like, I love her to death, but it's like, just have to, like, brace yourself, because you're gonna learn a lot here. And I'm a 9, so I'm like, okay. I only get in her face now and then. We're very grateful for each other. I want to know about the title. Robert Camp's The Card of the Universal Knowledge, the Knowledge Giver. Okay, and I have to answer that, and then we'll get back to you. Because this is the very first thing that I started talking about, and Green Knight got here first. Our beloved 5 of Spades, the quest. That's what I'm going to call you, the quester. So, knowledge is a quest, right? And that's your Venus card, right? So as a 5, it's your Venus card. So you love knowledge. It's a pastime, learning and knowing. So the mystical vibration, and it also, yes, I was here first. You're just saucy today. Like everybody's kind of say. Is it because Mars is direct? I don't know. It's just like fun again. Nines they're really mystical. They can sort of go off into another dimension. It's like the numberless number, the timeless moment. Yeah, there's a huge expansion energy to that. Not just expansion, make it bigger, but transcendent knowledge, transcendent values, transcendent love, transcendent work. Yogananda was the 9 of Spades, and he did a transcendent work, didn't he? It's still with us today in the form of his books and his videos and his cute little face, and he comes to sometimes, and I love him. So the 9 of Clubs, transcendent knowledge. I think it really has the capacity to reach into other realms of consciousness. They make good teachers because they have a lot of information, but I think more than being like a knowledge giver, I think their forte is in just kind of floating around in the realm of information. And it doesn't have to be sequential or binary. Oh, look. I'm just a little ray of sunshine. It does. In fact, it kind of shouldn't be. It's how I approach because the 9 of Clubs is my Mars card. So I'm very passionate about kind of going into this realm. And also, okay, there's a yin-yang energy to the 9s. Are they yin? Are they yang? The 9 of Clubs will surprise you as being a yang card. Like when you meet them, they're yang. I experience the energy of it being in Mars, kind of a yang energy, going in, learning something. But when I really just melt into the energy of the card, it's like allowing energy to come to me, and it takes on more of a yin vibration. I would love to be having this discussion with my daughter to see how she experiences that being an 8. When you just let it come to you, like she should probably do more drugs. Yeah. Just like lighten up, okay? She's hilarious when she drinks. Like really funny. Okay, another interesting thing about the 9 of Clubs, they're imitators. All 9s are imitators. They're very good at voices. They're gifted actors, actresses. And they can, there's an empath energy. I can translate myself to this other thing. Translate myself to another dimension, to another personality. 9s are very morphic. So anyway, it looks like our view count is down, and I don't trust it. It says there are 3 people watching. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So let's talk about the 6 of Spades now. Okay. You can ask another question, Green Knight, if you want to. If you want us to go a little further into that later, but I'm going to shift over to the 6 of Spades. So the 6 of Spades, the 5 and the 7. So let's go to the 5 of Spades first. It says 6 on my end. Wow! Thank you for that feedback. Yeah, it went up just now. That is crazy. Oh, now it's 6. They heard us. Oh, I just kind of want to go, fuck you, YouTube. But we're grateful for it, right? It allows us to connect. We're very grateful. The moment it came on the scene, I said, this is going to change the world. This is going to radically paradigm shift the world. Because of, having conversations. I've gone viral. You are today, Green Knight. I freaking love it. 5 of Spades. Okay, the 6 is all about work. The workhorse. You're so good at getting things done, right? What's the next thing? Being practical, being an adult, especially the spade part of you. And are you also a Capricorn? The 5 is like, I'm itching to get out of here. I need to go on a trip. I need to change things up. I need to physically move. In order to trust yourself, it is absolutely necessary that a 6 breaks free and has venture. have a mental adventure, an emotional adventure, a money adventure, or a fit adventure. Go somewhere. That is absolutely vital. Okay, when this becomes an ascending Mercury vibration, so you're switching the directions of the cards and you go to the right and up, you are speaking freedom to other people. So because you have cultivated that in yourself, that's why the moon and the Mercury are so cool in how they, when you kind of master that emotional, the moon card, because it is your childhood. It is your emotional launch pad as a child. You are shaped by that moon card in childhood, and you'll get the difficult aspects of it as a child. So did you have to move a lot? Was there much change? Was there what do you want always going on? How did that Five of Spades impact? Oh, because that's the spiritual spread. You will have been more impacted by these Six of Clubs. Sorry, yeah. Can't apply this too much to the life spread, more to the person, the soul. So when that becomes an ascending card, you're speaking freedom to people as a service. You know, you can do whatever you want. You can have whatever you want because I've figured out I need to do that for myself. Okay, what about the descending Mercury Seven of Spades? So this is where, okay, I do sense this a lot with sixes in that they're communicating. Maybe sixes have to really hone their communication because they're all about let's get it done. So they have to like delegate and communicate and like tell the whole tribe like where we're going and what we're doing. And they can communicate with that seven. So the Seven of Spades in particular, like I noticed that a lot of sixes are this way. They know the right way to do it. Sometimes they really do, and you should listen to them. And sometimes that's kind of a fixation because the Seven of Spades is the righteousness card. And when the ego is in charge, it's like, my way is the best way, it's the only way. Can't you see that? So when it's in service to spirit, it's more, you know, I'm aligned with spirit, I'm aligned with wisdom, I'm aligned with truly important because the Seven of Spades is karmic to the King of Diamonds, right? So the priority, the really important thing. It's also Eight of Hearts, so there's an emotional fullness there. So when that's really developed out, that Seven of Spades navigation is going to be much more deeply informed about get her done. So yeah, the potential there is it's really cool. When it becomes your ascending moon card, what I call the secret in your hip pocket that kind of keeps you filled up emotionally, it's because you're aligned with the right way to do it for yourself. I know what's right here. And it's a priest vibration. It's a really special card, the Seven of Spades. We don't talk nearly enough, do we? Oh, and the Eight of Hearts is your yearly card. Wow. Okay, so there's going to be some sort of like, ooh, this feels personal to me. Also because as a Six of Spades, it is your ascending Venus. Did you see that? It is your ascending Venus, Mercury, Venus. So what it means is that when you're really showing up with your evolved, the best of you, you have this grounding, loving, healing presence with people. There, you bring a strength and a magnetism to your relationships where you can really hold tenderly, but also with the kind of strength that says you're going to be okay. So being a long range card, the yearly card, is that what you, my yearly card, do you mean long range? Because there's actually 5 yearly cards. But yeah, the long range would mean that quality is really going to be present. In fact, I would say, especially with Mars going direct, this is going to be a really opportune time for you to just really engage with people with a high vibe, with a high frequency. Okay, I just want to check in. What's on everyone's view count? Just have this thing with YouTube. Mine says 4. Okay, long range. Okay. And it could also mean management, being in a position to direct people, because 8 is kind of the archetype of the leader. It definitely means emotional strength and being magnetic. It's an abundance of emotional energy that can result in healing. 4. Oh, thank you. Okay, so we're at 4. All right. So, yeah, I wonder why I'm not up to 12 right now. That's kind of strange. I don't know, my internet was kind of glitchy today. Maybe it's just glitchy. So I think I'm probably going to close this out pretty quick because my husband's going to be home soon and we got this big old thing we're dealing. Like, not between us, it's a circumstance we're in. But anyway, I had an impulse to just draw a couple of closing cards. Oh, is this another message? My Mars card is the 8 of Diamonds. Yes, Mercury, Venus. So you've got Mars descending and Venus ascending as an 8. Maybe that's another reason the 6 of Spades feels so powerful. Now it shows 7. Okay, mine shows 7 too. It's 9. Oh my God, you guys. They're listening. It's like, quit fucking with me. How many people are watching? Okay, I bet it's like 15. Maybe it's 20, 30. Maybe it's 50. Okay, 3 cards. And then... Whoop. Now it says 9. I'm going viral. Yeah, mine says 5. Ooh, I like this. And the King of Hearts again. Okay, this is a global message. This is a earth message. You are growing up emotionally. This is really good. If you say the name Beyonce, it'll go even higher. Oh, God. Well, I just did, so we'll see. Yeah, it's a 7 of Diamonds, but I think she's potentially into some not so good things. But anyway, we're just not going to go there. That's kind of hilarious, actually. Maybe if it just say 7 of Diamonds or Paula. Okay, so 6 of... There's something going on here about... Just know that this is the plan. That's the message that's coming through. Just take a deep breath. I know that this is the plan. This is the plan. For me to have 4 people in my view count, even though there's like 7, 8, 9, or 12. This is the plan. 10 of Hearts is everybody, what? Everybody. Okay, this is really cool. Look at this. I swore when I drew that it was a 9 of Hearts. That's crazy. It's 5 now? That's crazy. Okay, we've got 6, 10, 6. Okay, so this is the plan. Everybody get along. Or whatever that 6 is. It kind of feels to me like there's this, like everything's okay. Everyone is loved. Everyone's in the family. And your relationships are like precious and sacred. That's the message that I get, is that the message, or that your relationships are sacred. And they really are. Like, I love doing things for people who are having like real problems with somebody, and then that problem person's higher self will come through and they're almost always laughing. And then they crack a joke and they're, you know, because we signed up out of love to play these roles for each other. So sometimes it's good to just take a minute and just take the most challenging situation or person or whatever and just say thank you for showing up for me. I probably asked for this. Okay, I just started collaborating with a 10 of Hearts. Oh, how interesting. Ooh, that's really exciting. Because your 5 of Spades moon card is karma to the 10 of Hearts. So there's a Moon-Mercury connection there. There's an opportunity for like, ooh, and I'm getting that it's very light. It's a very light connection, and it's like, oh, it's just like things are easy and fun when you get together. Does this person have enough depth for me? Do we have a deep enough? Can she be serious? I mean, I'm sort of feeling like, is there enough substance here? But the connection itself is very high vibration. So don't mistake the high vibration for lack of depth. You actually are supposed to have a lot of fun together. That's just a little snippet for you at the very end. Okay, does anybody have any other parting comments or words? I'm gonna put the cards away. Thank you all for being saucy and fun. And Green Knight, I appreciate your humor more than I can say. And nice. Okay, I'll talk to you kittens later. Oh, now it says it's down to 3. Okay, have a really great day. Maybe I can figure out how to end this on my phone. Okay, bye. You're vibrating right now. I love it. Okay, bye.